Well, here I am. I've been out buying some stuff from a place called Military Mart. Their website is militarymart.co.uk. Swedish Army Rucksack, LK35. There are various reviews of this on YouTube. It's a very good rucksack, very good. It's very sturdy and very cheap as well. Got pockets in the back. Very good for taking the fold-up German sleep mat. You see the German NATO type sleep mat fits in there nicely. Plenty of good strapping on here. Take either you waterproof so you can get to it easily, or even give yourself more room in the sack, putting your bedroll rather than messing about with a sleeping bag, stick it in a stuff sack and put it inside. What I do is I roll mine up in a bivy bag with poncho over the top of it and just strap it on around the sides, leave me room inside. We'll strap it underneath you to get stuff there. I did get the sack, and as I suspected, it wasn't very heavy because the back frame it comes with is this. Weighs about 2.5 pounds, made out of steel, and so great if you're just using it for base camp or something like that. But, for going any distance, it's extra weight. Obviously it's meant to military spec, which needs to be tougher, chucked in the back of trucks, etc. But it's overkill for what I want. So what I did was I substituted this, and this is basically 21 or 22mm plumbing tube, which is used for overflows. Just seeing that there. That'll can some primer on it, and then some green paint that I'm knocking about, a bit of blackboard paint and some brown. So rather than having a white frame, it blends it a bit better. I just took the webbing straps off the original back frame, the back straps. The idea being, of course, this gives you the ventilation up the back. I also added this to it, which again I got from Military Mart, which is what they call it a hippo belt, which is a padded hip belt, and you can see that it's just looped in at the bottom into the back frame. And this is obviously I'm going to look round for, I don't want to hide this belt on it really, so but this will do for the time being. It's just a suitcase strap, and it clips in, but it works, and it will do for the time being. This is quite comfortable, very comfortable, and if you are, it's alright if you're just going a few miles, but if you're walking over that 10 miles or so, and you're carrying a load over, say, £15, £20, just on your shoulders, you're going to get sore shoulders. You need the hip belt, and it is a hip belt. It needs to go around your hip bone and compress your pelvic girdle a little bit. This also transfers, very little weight should be taken on the shoulders, maybe about 20%, say 80% on your hip, because that's where your body's centre of gravity is. And that is the most comfortable way to carry this out. If you're doing a few miles, you can just manage it on your shoulders, as I say, but I tend to do long distance trekking, and I want my rucksack to be as light as possible, and by getting rid of that, I've effectively halved the weight of this rucksack. This is just, as I say, just plumbing tubing, and it's just friction fit, Well, I can pull it apart basically, but it's friction fit, and it also means that I can take this frame off all the webbing and keep it inside the bag. Because it's under compression, it doesn't come apart, and it's very strong. Not as strong as that, but perfect adequate. Right, what else did I get from Military Mart? I'm just going to move on to the next item. Here we go. In fact, I'll move this over here, back here, and work on that. This is the Swiss Army Ranger store, which some of you may have seen before. Again, available from Military Mart. And I've made some little modifications to this. Not to the actual stove itself, I haven't altered the stove itself. Apart from, I've just added some silicone O-rings there and put a piece of bicycle mountain bike in a tube over that. So if I'm using it for heating, because you have to put that in and then you can heat if you want a larger quantity of water. I can lift it out with that. You need the gloves, but you need a glove obviously to grab it for pouring, or a cloth or something. The other thing I wanted, you might have noticed that I've taken off the top of here, is I've made up a little alcohol stove, which is made out of a Coke can. You will see the holes around the bottom and holes on the inside. Because I wanted something that was, if there were no twigs about or whatever, I wanted something I could just keep with the stove. And I noticed that a Coke can would fit in the bottom there quite easily. And as you will notice as well, this is a shorter cut. I had to cut the cork down a bit so it would fit in without the cup standing proud. Now this might explain it better, but you can see how the stove works. We've got two cans which we cut the top A bit and B bit off, leaving this, do away with that. These are the Coke type can, and then we get a Red Bull type can. We cut the top off that, and then we take that can and we snip this can, so because you want to slide it up inside that bit. So I used a hole punch to take these out, but you could use a knife, anything to make little holes. That lower half is going to fit inside there, and that needs holes in the top there. Your fuel going to there. You can see that then you put that in first, and then squeeze these together. How it works is you get the air comes in here, comes out the top. You get your air fuel mix, and you get a nice chimney of flame coming out there. Now the reason I did this, as you know, for years I've used a Trangia burner, but I've seen videos of people using Trangia burners, and the flames come out the top. It's like overkill. So I wanted something that was a little less. I've also read of people where the aluminium is melted because it's too powerful. But as first I heard it, I mean, Trangia burners are used with aluminium stuff all the time, so it must be a rubbish one, I guess, or a copy. But anyway, and the flame from this one comes up to about there, and then just curls around the cup. It doesn't come out the top at all. Those are about the size of holes I used. I didn't measure it or anything. I just did it by eye. That's roughly the size of it, about 45mm. And that works well. The reason I had the idea for it was because I've made this one because of the Stanley Adventure cook set, you know, Stanley Adventure pot. I like the Trangia, but and I like it because it simmers. you have the simmer plate on it, but you can't do that with one of these. I don't need to do this because the flame, it's okay, it's not too fierce. But for the adventure stove, what I did was I made this one out of a cat can. Originally that wasn't there, and I just use it like that. You put your pot on, put your fuel in, the flames come out, jet out through there. So what it is, I've got the top off a paint can, 500 milliliter paint can, and cut the rim off and just crimped it in over the edge. Same thing inside, a little Red Bull tank can with the holes punched in it. But with putting this piece of cut from another can on the top, I can slide that down, cover the air holes up, and that will give me a simmer type flame. So plus these weigh a fraction of what a transient burner weighs. Very lightweight. I mean, plus these are so readily available. Just go to any trash can or litter bin and you can find these. The other thing I noticed as well, I was looking for a top for this, and I have a transient kettle, and the lid off the kettle fits nicely. So it's better for boiling stuff because you get slight pressurization, so it heats up faster. As you will see, it's been used. All I do is I leave it, any tire I'll leave on, and I just wipe off with a bunch of grass or a cloth or what. So as you can see, that's perfectly clean enough to stick in your pack. The other thing I looked at as well, this is being very narrow, this isn't too stable, you know, on the deck. Plus, you're going to burn the ground, which you don't want to do. So I was looking at ways to make it more stable with things that came to hand, and I found that if I got 2 tent pegs, these aluminium type tent pegs, and place them through the holes here. I did this the other day, I was trying to remember how I did it. That's it, I think. There we go. Right, so we've got those at the front, and I made this up a bit of wire coat hanger. Slot that in there. Get this in. There we are. So now I've got a tripod, as you can see. So this will now be a lot more stable on the ground. You can rotate these if there's a bit of height difference, and that's a lot more stable. So voila, put that on the back. And the coke can stove just sits in the bottom there, and the drums are good. So I think that's worthwhile. You're off the deck, no heat gets through. There we go. So there you have it. Those are my latest purchases. I hope you found this video informative and little stuff to mess about with, which we all enjoy doing. Cheers for now.